time to run the query. Yeah, that took way too long. If you aren't running analytics on your data, you're probably doing something wrong. But the good news is there are answers out there, especially if you're using Postgres. So we're excited to introduce our collaboration with MotherDuck, and that includes compatibility for the PG DuckDB extension. Before we get into that too much, let's talk about three different things. So first, what is DuckDB? And it's really an analytics engine or an analytics database that you can use to do analysis on various data sets. And it supports reading from both the DuckDB format, but also Iceberg and Parquet and CSV files and all kinds of data formats. And so it's a really powerful database to use, and it's grown a lot in popularity the past few years and become a core part of a lot of companies' data pipelines. Okay, so secondly, PG DuckDB. This is an extension that brings the power of DuckDB directly into PlanetScale, and it allows you to execute both regular Postgres queries as well as DuckDB analytics queries, all from the same Postgres connection, and to be able to combine those results together and make it a more seamless experience using Postgres with DuckDB. You often don't want to run your DuckDB queries on the same compute instances that you're using for Postgres. And this is because you don't want the computation of all the analytics processing to negatively impact your OLTP workloads or vice versa. So third, MotherDuck is a cloud platform for running DuckDB queries, and really more broadly as kind of a cloud data lake for doing analytics on and for offloading analytics work from your other database systems. We're going to walk through a simple example of running a query on Postgres compared to on the MotherDuck cloud. So over here, I'm connected to PlanetScale. I've got these two schemas. I'm just going to look at a simple query so I can see the columns that I have in this database, and we can see we have some columns related to flight departure times, arrival times, how long these flights took place for. And if I do a count on these from flights, we'll see that there are 10 million rows in this database. Basically, what I want to do is for various chunks of time for flights between 0 and 1 hours, 1 and 2 hours, 2 and 3 hours, and so on, figure out how many flights took place in between those buckets. So I'm going to run this query, and as you can see, it's going to take a couple of seconds to complete. Now, this is really something you wouldn't want to run generally on an OLTP database, right? You want OLTP queries to be fast and short. Generally, sub 10 milliseconds or so is a good idea. So we can use the DuckDB extension to help here, and I'm going to show you how you can use this and offload the work to the MotherDuck cloud. Here I am in the MotherDuck dashboard, and I have also an airline database that I've uploaded here, and I have this flights SM table, and this also has the 10 million rows in it, similar to what I have in Postgres. And so we can see over here that I have that similar query lined up in my dashboard, and if I run that same one here, it executes in 348 milliseconds versus 4 seconds. So over an order of magnitude improvement. So I can run stuff from within this dashboard, but we also can actually run this from within Postgres on PlanetScale using the PG DuckDB extension. I've already handled the installing of PG DuckDB. If you want to see how to do that and the basics of getting it set up and getting it connected to MotherDuck with your access token, check out the documentation for that. So to run this through Postgres, but on the MotherDuck cloud, what I'm going to use is duckdb.query, but I'm going to have it do from MotherDuck, my airline database, the flights m table, and then executing this via duckdb.query, it will send this to MotherDuck to get executed. And we get the results back very quickly. And then we have these results here that if we wanted to, we could store into Postgres, or we could combine it with other Postgres data and display this to our users, while we get all the performance benefits and separation of compute benefits by having our analytics queries in one place and all of our OLTP work and data in another location. If you want more information, go check out our launch blog or the MotherDuck website for information on how you can combine your Postgres database with PG MotherDuck. Thanks for watching, and have fun making your queries fast.